Hi, Sand Shark fans. This is Jody Vermilyea back at the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. This time with head coach of softball, Bailey Wigness. Again, the announcement, the unveiling of the schedule for the 2020 season. Of course, our softball team won the Sun Conference Championships in 2019. They'll try to at least repeat, if not move beyond that in 2020. To get there, though, they got to go through this schedule. So, Bailey, thanks for being here.
Yep, thanks for having me.
And tell us a little bit about how you came up with this schedule that we have in our hands. We talked to Bam, and it's a process. Explain your process a little bit.
It is a process. So last year I kind of walked into the schedule that we had, and it was a good schedule, but I don't think it's any secret that we struggled at times on the road. So preseason, before we start conference, we're playing on the road a little bit more by design because we need to go through those growing pains early on and learn how to win and be effective on the road. So when we do get to conference, we're kind of through those growing pains.
And you start your season at home on Sunday, February 2nd, against Montreat. That's awesome. Doubleheader?
Yep, doubleheader.
12-2. So we'll have a busy weekend of Sand Sharks sports that weekend. Baseball starts the 31st, and they play the 1st, and then you have your home opener on the 2nd. That's good timing, by the way.
Oh.
Good spacing. And then we're back home against, on the 8th, you're back home against Columbia International University.
Yep.
At home, very nice. Now, what's different with softball than baseball? Baseball gets into their conference action pretty quickly, 2 weeks in. Softball waits a little bit later. But if we flip to March, things really heat up for conference action, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And you start on the road at Warner. Okay, and then Coastal at home, Union College, which is a new university this year,
yeah,
right?
they're not in our conference, but
Okay.
they're kind of sandwiched in there.
Okay, and you go to Southeastern, Truett McConnell, then of course Kaiser, old conference foes, Point University, new school for this year at home, St. Thomas, conference foe, and then Thomas and Warner both at home. So a lot of home games going on for baseball and softball this year. We like that. That's good.
Yeah, so March is really, we play a lot at home, so we're really excited. We look to continue to protect Hardyville. We say, protect the Ville, so keep doing that at home.
Protect the Ville, I like that.
So yeah, March is going to be a really good time for our fans to come out and see a bunch of good softball out in Hardyville this year.
That's great. We look forward to that. And as I flip back to February, this Reinhardt tournament you've listed and highlighted, explain a little bit about what that is and who we're going to play. Some new teams are involved in that.
Yeah.
Look at that if you need to.
Yeah, so last year we were actually supposed to go to Reinhardt. It ended up getting rained out, so we had Reinhardt and another team come down and play. So this year, hopefully, the weather holds off and we go down there because we're going to play some really good teams. Campbellsville, they're solid year in and year out. Martin Methodist is usually pretty solid. We'll play Reinhardt again, and then Freed and Midway. I don't know much about them, but their record seems to be solid year in and year out. So a good quality teams on the road. So that's kind of our first big road trip. So we're excited about that.
And looks like we're going to close out the season, which we don't want to talk about that because we haven't even started yet. But in April, at home against Weber, another conference foe.
Yes.
So a little momentum maybe to end the
Got
season
chills
at
when
home.
you said Weber.
That was quite a game last year,
Yes,
wasn't it?
Yep.
If you don't remember what we're talking about, I think it was March, wasn't it? We had a game against Weber International. Home game was a weekday game, Wednesday game. 6 hours of softball. I'll never forget it. And that was the game in which the Sand Shark softball team trailed, I think it was 9-2, going to the bottom of the 7th. Quinn Monahan, the athletic director of USCB Sand Sharks, came up to me. He said, they're going to score 8 runs right here and win this game. And I said to myself, honestly, not the way they played this game. Not going to happen. And what did your team do? They came off the deck, scored 8 runs, and won it. What a thrill that was.
Yeah, so that was a big win. And then, of course, in the conference tournament, we were trailing 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th, and kind of, we came back and so
that's what these seasons are about, though.
There's some bad blood between the two teams, but so it's going to be exciting too. That's the only time we play.
It's competition. That's what it's about. That's part of the stigma, the aura of college athletics, is you build these rivalries.
Yeah.
And you see where they go, and that's what makes it interesting. Why people tune in. Which, as we talked about with Bam on the baseball side, we have all of this new technology that's going to make the softball experience so much better for our viewers. You excited about that from a coaching perspective?
From a coaching perspective, it helps with so many aspects. I mean, the current fan base that we have, recruiting, and for me, we're starting to bring in some more West Coast kids, and so their parents, their family, they can't necessarily be at the games all the time. So I think it's a better game day experience for everybody. And it definitely gives us a leg up on every team in our conference in terms of our streaming. So really excited for that this year.
Credit, of course, goes to our sports information director, Mitch Meagle, who came in April.
Yeah,
Seems like he's been here forever, but it's only been a few months.
He's doing a great job.
And has transformed our game day experience.
Yep.
Did it with soccer. And
just in terms of not only the streaming, but the graphics and the stories. And so it's just, we're lucky to have Mitch. And
we are.
Elevating our program for sure.
And boy, do we look forward to seeing the Sand Sharks softball team take the field in 20. Going to be a fun year.
It's going to be a fun year.
The schedules will be posted at uscbathletics.com. That'll happen probably sometime this week, and that's your one-stop shop for all things USCB athletic related. But thanks for your time, Bailey. We appreciate it. We look forward to the 2020 season. I'm Jody Vermilyea. This is Sand Shark Bites from the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. We'll see you on the broadcast and hopefully on the field in 2020. Thanks for tuning in, folks.